What's up, everyone? Eric here, Gremlin Exotics. Just want to give you guys an update on what we're doing with the enclosure this weekend. So I know I was saying we were going to be installing the Mist King. I've decided I want to do the background instead before I install the Mist King. I do have all of the holes in the Vivarium for our Mist King nozzles and pretty much ready to set up, but I want to take care of the background first. So what we're going to be doing is I bought this 3-inch PVC pipe. This is going to be the internal housing for my pump system for the waterfall. I thought it would work really well because the pump's just going to fit down the hole here. I've drilled some holes in the bottom that's going to allow for water intake. I'm going to now drill a hole in the top, and we're going to put some screen down here to stop any debris from getting into our filter. Let's get to it. Also drilled a hole in the top side of our tube. What that's going to do is that's going to hold our outflow for our PVC. So obviously it's going to shoot up that way, but I want all of this stuff in and ready to rock so that I don't have to mess around with it while it's installed in the enclosure, because we're going to silicone this in place before we do our background. For my screen, I just have some black aluminum screen that's going to go on the bottom of our PVC. Alongside this, I will be putting some aquarium foam down on the base just to stop any debris from, once again, getting into our pump system for our waterfall. Cut a small chunk of the screen out because the holes at the bottom, they're just over 1 inch. So we're going to cut a little larger than that and make it all fit. So as you can see, hopefully the camera picks up on that, we've just got a small section of screen. And over our intake holes on the bottom, this is just going to sit like so. And we're just going to hot glue it in place. And honestly, that's probably the perfect size, just like that. Now that we have our screen over our tube of PVC, I'm just going to take some sandpaper and rough it up a bit. I just want to help to ensure that when we spray foam over it, that it's got something to stick to. This is our tube system here that's going to house our pump. So this will just go in here. You just gotta kind of work that pump, that hose, in through there. Once it starts, it's a little bit easier. This hose is also way too long for what I need right now, but I kind of want it that way so that when I'm hardscaping for the waterfall, I can make any sort of adjustments that I need to. There, you can see we're popping out the bottom side here. we're just going to take our pump, get that little connection, make sure it's on there nice and snug. And I want to put our power cord through there as well. So now I'm just going to add a ring of silicone to our PVC so that it secures it all in place. Good. So there's our housing for the pump with the screen on the bottom there. The tube just fits in the corner. As you can see, we've got the cord coming out of the top there, and then I am going to have my ventilation hole there. So if I ever have to do any sort of work on the pump, clean it out, adjust it, in theory I should be able to just pull it right through that tube. I made sure to purchase a pump that was the right kind of size to fit through the tube there. So everything should be all good. And as far as like little spaces and stuff like that goes, back here I will fill that with some aquarium foam media just to make sure nothing gets in behind it. And then this is all going to be spray foamed and then hardscaped for our background. So now we're just gonna rub some silicone across the mirrors so that our spray foam has something to adhere to. That's the next step. And now we have all of our silicone curing on the glass. I did add a little bit of silicone in here just to kind of help give some support before the spray foam in there. So we're gonna let that cure, come back in a little bit, and we're gonna start hardscaping today. Woo! Before I started spray foaming the background, I figured it would be best to test our pump, make sure everything's working just fine. Draining it out here before we start our hardscape. So now I'm going to start putting all of my large wood pieces into the background. Here you can see I'm just trying to find the perfect place to secure this log. I had to get my wife to come and help hold this thing because it's absolutely massive. I did use some all weatherproof screws to secure it in place because I don't want this thing moving at all, and the spray foam will not be strong enough to hold it in place. I will be siliconing over top of where the screws are just to ensure that there's no moisture seeping through there. Here I'm just going to be adding some foam backing in behind that big piece of cork bark. It's going to make it so that I don't have to use as much spray foam back there. Just kind of fills in those little gaps, or big gaps, I guess. And here I'm just securing another piece of driftwood. I really like this piece. I wanted it to kind of come down across the front opening. It'll be kind of a cool perch. Hopefully our little frog friends will use it and we'll be able to kind of see them enjoying it. What I did was I used the cotton ball and super glue method. If you use cotton and super glue together, it has kind of like a chemical reaction and it bonds it like a cement. And once that stuff's dry, it is not going anywhere. And now time for tons and tons of spray foam. I think at the point towards the end of this video, I'll have used 4 cans of spray foam. I'm probably gonna have to go and pick up some more, but it's all spray foamed in and looking really good. I'm definitely really happy with how much progress I made on the Vivarium this weekend. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down in the comment section. Any suggestions, anything like that. I would love to hear what kind of plants you guys would like to see me put in this enclosure. And as always, thank you for watching. Please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share with some friends. Thanks, guys.